What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new Footy Manager 2016 video. It's going to be the start of a new short series that I'm going to be doing on the channel, and it's basically going to be teaching you exactly how to win games. You know, and it sounds I don't really know how to even explain it. It sounds stupid, you know, how to win games. It probably won't even work. But trust me, I've been using this throughout the whole of Footy Manager 2016, and my teams have always done quite well. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a team when you first load the game, and then obviously what you need to do to that team, who you need to buy, you know, the staff and so on that you need to bring in. And then in future videos, I'll show you how the attacking side of it works, how the defensive side of it works, and then anything else that I can think of as I go along, I'll make into a separate video. But today we're going to start off, as I said, with the tactics and how to literally start building your team, building a long-term project at a club. So, obviously, I've only got Premier League teams on this save because it's literally just for this. I'm going to get it to pick a team for me, and then I'll show you what to do. So, go down to pick a team. It goes to Man United. I want a bit more of an easier, I don't want to be disrespectful, but a lesser team, because then you can actually show them, you know, the actual process of what I need to do. Arsenal, keep going. Liverpool, Everton. I'm not going to go Everton because I'm a Liverpool fan. West Ham, that'll do perfectly. So, go to Managerial Style. That's the style I go on. It's basically the best. You can change it to based on the team that you're going for, but it tends to give you that anyway if you're going for a high-end level team. So just go through to confirm. So obviously, as I'm not actually playing out this save, I'm just going to skip these meetings because I'm literally just showing you what you need to do when you first set up a team. So what you actually want to do is go to tactics and just go skip tactic creator, and it'll set that up for you. Now, what you actually want to first do is go to the squad, sort it by ability, and then pick your best players. So you get Faguli in there, you get Dimitri Payet, you know, the defense, centre-back. Apparently, Antonio Valencia is the best striker. You can play him in the attack and mid roles. We'll go with him. Let's just take a quick look. What's his best? Yeah, so striker, put him in at striker. Diafra Sakho, obviously, there's only one place for a striker in this formation, so we won't go with him. Put him in defensive mid. Ogbonna, I can't even say his name. Ogbonna, the other centre back. Let's take a look. Aaron Cresswell, left back. Kayute is one of the centre mids. Andy Carroll can't pick him. Mark Noble, put him in there. We need a right back and a goalkeeper, so you keep going down. Got Adrian for the goalkeeper. Where's the right backs? Am I being completely blind? We'll go to, where do we go? Team report. Oh, actually, we've not got one because I've skipped that. So, West Ham without a right back. So that actually, yeah, I'll leave that because that just, you know, kind of highlights my point. So then what you want to do is you want to go to tactics, the actual tactics, you know, which I've just skipped, and pick all of the best things for these players. So I'll quickly do that and then I'll come back in just a moment. Okay, so I've now picked the team, as you can see. I've actually just put out Enner Valencia and actually put Diafra Sakho in just because he suits the tactic that I'm actually creating here. So this is basically what you want to do. We're just focusing on this part right now, just the team, the start 11. That's how you want it. So you want one attacking left back or right back. In this case, I'm going with Cresswell as the attacking one. So we'll look for a more defensive-minded right back. You want the two centre-back pairings. You want one who's just going to defend or even come out and, you know, be a stopper, I believe it's called. Yeah, stopper. And then you want one on the cover. Obviously, you want to go on the left and right foot, but I've not really looked into that just because I'm literally showing you this just an example. As for the two defensive mids, you can have them doing exactly the same job. That works an absolute treat, as I'll show you in one of my later videos. I'm actually doing a save right now with Borussia Mönchengladbach, and I've got two defensive mids who have exactly the same role. Then you want a centre midfielder, which I've not actually put on there, but that works perfectly. Mark Noble, you want the advanced playmaker. You want a playmaker in that role because everything in this tactic goes through that one player. He spreads the ball out wide. To the left it will be in this case every single time, so you need a playmaker in that position. Then you want, it doesn't matter, you can either have a winger or a inside forward, as long as they are set to support, which both of them are in this example. That means they're going to make the inside runs or they're going to come to the ball, as I'll show you in another video exactly why. And then you want either an advanced forward or a complete forward in this role. And Diafra Sakho obviously gets the full thing for the advanced forward, so that's why we've picked him. So now we've got that done, you just want to change some of the mentality, team instructions, so on. If your team's decent, you want to control the game, but honestly, this tactic is highly built around counter-attack, so it really doesn't matter what you pick there, it's always going to be counter-attack in football. You're going to see your teams getting about 30-40% possession, and you may be concerned, but honestly, this tactic works an absolute treat, it doesn't matter. And then, as for the team instructions, you don't want many. That's a big mistake that people make in Football Manager. They put a load of team instructions on, but it gets too many, and you know, it's very, very difficult to play football. Imagine, you know, real life, put this into a real life context. If you were in a team and your manager was shouting loads of instructions at you, you'd get information overload and it just wouldn't go right. So you don't want many. You want to play out from defense, that's one you want. You want to look for the overlap, and that is pretty much it. Honestly, it sounds stupid. You can go for more closing down if you want. You can higher the tempo, but that's literally it. And then you be reactive to it in the match. So if you need to change something within the game, then you do it then. But pre-match, don't do it. And one little tip that no one ever uses this: if you click on that, you get tactical advice from your from your backroom staff before every single game, and they say, you know, if we're playing Liverpool, hey, don't sit higher up, sit a bit deeper. You know, they give you all sorts of advice, and you literally either, you know, go with it or you click dismiss. So use that at all times. Now, the next thing I want to focus on, I don't really do much set piece stuff. Sometimes, if I'm struggling at set pieces, I will go into that in a bit more detail. But I kind of do that more towards the start of the season. But the first thing I go to, so for pre-season training, I always go tactical and high. And I have a bit more match focus around there, just, you know, to drill the tactics home and stuff like that. You know, you can pick whatever you want from there, but you need to get that tactical familiar. I can't even say it. That tactical, I'll point it out because I can't say the bloody word. You want to get that up as high as you can, and that's what helps with that. So that's what I go with. As for the final thing, if you go to, where do we go to? We go to staff. So this is one thing that a lot of people actually ignore, but you don't realize how much of a difference having these set very high makes a huge difference to your actual team performance. So this is basically how good your staff are in comparison to the rest of the league. So as you can see, we're above average in defending, we're 8th in the Premier League, we're above average in man management, 6th in the Premier League. And you're probably thinking, well, what if I don't have the funds available to get all these top coaches in? The thing is, as I said before, if your managerial, attributes, so I'll go up here, there we are. If these are set quite high, a lot of that will come down to you anyway. So my management's high probably because my management on my actual manager attributes is very high. So all you've got to do is, I know it's harsh, but you do have to get rid of quite a lot of your staff. Get them as high as you can, and in most cases you can easily get the best in all, categories for the division very, very quickly. If you bring in a completely new backroom staff of maybe around 8 staff, then it's pretty much done and dusted. Another one you may want to look at is Physios, because you don't want too many player injuries, but make sure you get them in. And if you don't know how to, just go to the staff search, look for staff like Nicholas and Elk, for example. Then you compare him to your staff. So go to there, compare to the staff, see if he's better than them, and if so, offer him a contract, and you can get rid of your own staff. That makes such a huge difference, because it literally teaches the squad how to play the tactics that you want them to play, and it does it in such a, it does it in a much quicker time span than if, your coaches aren't that great. Okay, so this is actually my Borussia Mönchengladbach save that I was mentioning before, and as I said, I will be showing this more in the attacking and defensive side, which is going to be a completely separate video, but I'm just going to show you a quick overview of how this tactic actually works. So this is actually quite a good place to start. You can see the keeper, there's the back four, both quite attacking at this moment in time, but as you'll be able to see, it's only this guy that really tends to get forward. There's our 2 holding midfielders, there's our playmaker, and there's our front 3, they're kind of on like a bit of a loop. So I'm just going to break it down quite slowly for you. So obviously this is a goal that we've scored, we win 3-1 away from home, but I'm going to pause it at certain moments. This is actually quite a long highlight, I believe. I'll just let it run on a bit more. Okay, so I'm now going to start to break it down. So as you can see, the whole point of this tactic is to constantly have triangles. So 1, 2, 3, the ball's there, you've got triangle, you've got another triangle there, you've got another one there. It's always having triangles around the ball and around the areas of the pitch. There's a triangle there, there's a triangle there. Literally, whoever has the ball is going to have triangles around them yet again. Moving on a bit, another triangle, always available, 2 passes. Chilwell, as you see, everyone moves out to him. This guy, Dembele, he drops back. You're probably going to see Brannigan move across as well. See, they're constantly opening up space for the ball to be played. Once again, triangles there. I'll just pause it for you in a minute. Oh, so we're just moving on ever so slightly. Once again, triangles there. There's another one there. Brannigan's on the ball. As I said, he's the playmaker. He's going to be wanting to get the ball. He's going to be wanting to play a Firmino. You know, literally triangles everywhere on the pitch. That's all you've got to look out for. Then if the striker's not got an option, he holds it up. You wait for the playmaker, and as I said, the fullback makes the move on. And this is what the tactic literally is. It's cross after cross. You're going to see all 3 goals from this game. So there's the first one. I'm going to break down the second one. That's their goal. So we move on to our next goal. Ball goes long, as usual. And Firmino, you're already starting to see the ball's going to go to him, and there's 2 players closing in from our team to give him an option. There we go. 2 players right next to each other. Another one there if he needs it. Who's he going to go to? He goes to the playmaker, who quite, quickly moves it on to Sergi Samper. But once again, triangles all over the pitch. There's another triangle there. There's literally options for him everywhere. He holds it up a bit and he plays it back. It's you don't want to be risking giving the ball away. Firmino, once again, as you see, that's our right back making ground down that wing, and then once again it's going to be a cross into the box, and there's the striker to get on the end of it. It's literally that simple. You've just got to create space for every single player, which then draws out the opposition, and it very quickly turns into a goal. So we regain possession of the ball. Brannigan, once again the playmaker, out wide to Firmino. Here's Mbolo. He's going to move forward with the ball, but nothing's on for him. He loses it, comes to Firmino. Now, you can't really see any major triangles here, but you can notice that once again, the 3 midfield players are very, very close to each other. Mbolo makes a run out wide, which creates the space for Firmino to run into. Dembele starts to make inward tracks because he realises, that the ball's coming in towards the, middle part of the field. Mbolo picks the ball up out to Hood, and straight out to that right back. And you can kind of tell where this is going already. Firmino, again, once out to the right back, and Mbolo. That's actually probably the best goal to highlight. So I've just rewound just ever so slightly, because you want to see that final bit of play once more. As I said, there's not much going on here. Mbolo actually loses the ball, but Dahoud, right, so he plays it out wide, and there we go. They're literally lining up, relatively in the formation that you want them to be in. But Firmino, and straight away, that right back knows the ball's going to come again. Everyone makes the move into the box. All he's got to do is knock it onto Dahoud, and then there's the huge gap there. If he goes alone, he's got 2 men, but if he knocks it inside, it opens up that space. Exactly what he does. Defender gets drawn, and massive gap. Right back crosses it in, and there we go. 3 goals, 3 assists for our right back, and it's literally exactly the same goal. And that is what you score every single time. It's the perfect way to play football. And as I said, that's why you want one attacking fullback, one quite defensive, because it is quite open to counter-attacks, because as you're seeing towards the end there's a lot of players that do get forward when this is, in full flow. So you do want someone who's just going to hang back with the 2 defenders, and that's the whole point of playing the 2 defensive midfielders as well, because one can push on, one can stay rather deep. I believe this may actually be one. There we go, yes, it's Sergi Samper. He's staying deep. I know obviously the team is celebrating. And there's the left back, so they are the deepest players in this formation. And that's exactly why you need this formation set out that way. Okay, so that is all for this episode in the series. I'm going to be covering the attacking phase next. You'll have a look at more goals like that, and I'll break them down exactly how this tactic works in a bit more depth. Then we'll look at the defensive side. And then we'll, see if there's anything else that I can cover. But that is how you want to set up your team. But as I said, that is all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And I will see you next time. But until then, goodbye.